Cardinal Supich giving an award to Senator Durbin. Some people of faith are having a hard time with understanding this because he is he's for legalized abortion. How would you help people of faith right now decipher that, feel about that, and how do you feel about that?
I'm not terribly familiar with the particular case. I think that it's very important to look at the overall work that a senator has done during, if I'm not mistaken, 40 years of service in the United States Senate.
Is he not an American pope? Is he not friends with Supich? Does he not know that 10 of his bishops in America are making public statements against Cardinal Supich in this decision? He knows that.
Someone who says I'm against abortion but says I'm in favor of the death penalty is not really pro-life.
Popes that explicitly articulated support for the death penalty. You can see them on the screen. We have a couple saints on there, by the way, Pope St. Pius V and Pope St. Pius X. If we take the words of Pope Leo XIV just now, these popes were not pro-life. Do you know what that means for Catholicism? Do we really want to say that Pope St. Pius V was not a pro-life pope? Do we really want to say that Pope St. Pius X, a saint and a pope, he was not really pro-life? So for me, the interview has two problems that I find deeply, profoundly troubling. And that is, A, when asked about people struggling in their faith to make sense of this, I hear a defense of Supich and Durbin. I don't hear that addressed. And then the answer to it is Catholic teaching is very clear on this. And if you're against the death penalty, you're not pro-life. To me, it's a double mistake. It's two strikes, and they're pretty serious. Pope Leo is saying, if you support the death penalty like any of these popes, including these popes, you're not pro-life. Yeah, but Taylor, that's all like medieval and stuff. Okay, well, here is Pope Pius XII, died in 1958. Quote, even in the case of the death penalty, the state does not dispose of the individual's right to life. Rather, public authority limits itself to depriving the offender of the good of life in expiation of his guilt, after he, through his crime, deprived himself of his own right to life. End quote. The Holy Father, Pope Pius XII. According to the new criteria of Pope Leo XIV in this interview, Pope Pius XII is not pro-life. Yet another pope that is not pro-life, based on this new theology.